Welcome back subscribers and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're off to a town called Barnawartha. Barnawartha is a small town located on the Hume Highway in regional northeast Victoria, Australia. Approximately 301 kilometres or 187 miles from Melbourne on the banks of the Indigo Creek, which runs into the Murray River to the north. Barnawartha's commercial centre is located around High Street. The Indigo Creek Park, accessed via High Street, fronts the creek of the same name and includes a public toilet, barbecue facilities and a walking track. The township was surveyed in 1857 and was settled in 1860. The post office also opened in 1860 on the 1st of August. Now for some interesting history, two gentlemen by the name of Gustav and William Baumgarten were large landowners in Barnawartha prior to the township being settled. After serving prison time for receiving stolen horses from the infamous Ned Kelly, William developed a large winery called Bogong on the Murray River. The town contains a few historic buildings such as the general store and the Cheesley bootmaker's shop, now used to store hay, a burnt and rebuilt pub and a post office. And what I'll do is once the drone goes up, I'll add a bit more history to this township. Also, there is a primary school that's located in Barnawartha that provides education from prep to year 6. So here we are at the Barnawartha Railway Station. It is an abandoned railway station, but I've just seen a sign that might suggest things might be changing at this location. So without further ado, let's just check it all out. This will be just a short video. Once again, heavy rain, not too much wind, but the rain would affect the drone. So we'll just do a quick walk around. There should be a few historical images that you would have already seen by now. There's not much I can do in relation to putting the drone up, but I will take some other footage of the town itself with any other buildings that might be of interest to me and maybe an interest to you as well. So let's go see what we can see. So this is the Sydney to Melbourne line, I believe. And when we pan over here, there's your station. And it does look like they intend to fix it. One hopes. As you can see, I'm getting wet, but that's okay. Once again, I'm in the motorhome, so if I get too wet, I've got towels and things in there to dry me off. So this is obviously a storage area for the railway people. There's all your sleepers. I'm assuming it's also a spot where truck drivers park up. And also in the middle of your screen now, I'm going to guess, and I think I'm going to be right, is where there would have been some sort of hoist to load up cargo onto the carriages for the train. And if you sort of look down there, you can see how it would have back in the day had a couple of railway line or railway tracks coming this way next to the what I believe to be the crane that operates all that sort of stuff. So we'll have a look at the station first, but it's good to see that it looks like it will be a project for whatever the RTC is. Not sure what that is, the Australian Railway Transport Commission? Maybe not. It's just a guess. Okay, so let's go have a look. So that's where I am in the van. That I believe is the goods shed that I was standing before. And here we are making our way to the old railway station. It is boarded up. It's got that fencing around it. A few interesting things to look at. Not sure what that was used for. Maybe to chat with other people down the end of the line. I do like the old, I don't know if I'll capture that, the old platform light. So that used to be there. I like how there's a tree growing right in the middle of the platform, which suggests to me that that tree has been growing for quite a number of years when the station was abandoned. So it looks like a dual platform. As you can see, the railway does split. So you've got platform 1 and platform 2 at this location. So we'll go under a bit of shelter here. Well, hopefully they will, every suggestion is that this will get fixed up, which is great. All they need to do now is buy some land from the local farmers, maybe along the main strip of the town, put some affordable housing in, and help this town out with affordable housing for those that need it. You just need some good Wi-Fi connection, so those that can work from home can live absolutely anywhere on the planet, so to speak, so long as you've got that internet connection. This looks like the outdoor loo from back in the day. No one's nicked anything there, but it's definitely not connected, so that's quite interesting. I don't think we need to go in there. I think you can see what it is with that panel missing. Once again, it does look like on the other side there it is being used for storage for other bits and pieces. I do like how it's got that walkway which tells you which way to, so there would have been some sort of crossing right there for pedestrians, and as you can see in that image, that's what it looked like. And wouldn't it be fantastic if that was to be returned to that image that we see in front of us? That just looks lovely. It really does. Looks like a homely little town. I'll take some more shots, but as I said, it's going to be difficult today because it is very, very wet. I won't be able to get the drone up. If I do, we'll find out at the end of this video. If you don't have a drone footage at the end, you know that I just couldn't get it up, but I'd love to get it up because that's the whole the idea behind the name of Urban Aerial Explorer, to also get that aerial view of things. So this is the side of the platform. So I don't know if this was 1 or 2. I have no idea. I'll just cross those rails there and get you this side image. So there you go. So it's not exactly a small railway station. That's a main entrance that looks quite presentable. It looks terrific. Most of the smaller regional or townships that have a station don't have an entrance like that. That just looks terrific. There's a bit of a punch in the wall there with the brickwork. This is the only bit of damage I can see. The roof needs to be maybe just a guttering. The roof looks pretty good up there. And yeah, so this would have been where you'd cross and get on to the station. And it's a lovely little town. I've driven through already, and there is a bar or a hotel. There's a petrol station I've seen. So there's a few things going for it. Very quiet. It's just off the main highway, so access to pretty much anywhere you want to go is easy. But it would be lovely if they did have their railway station back. Okay, very good. So this is just another angle. It has a chimney there as well, so maybe the station master lived here, not sure. But as you can see on this side, the slope does go down at the platform. So where we saw the handrails, I'm just going to guess and say that's where people would get onto the platform from. So it sort of did have, to a certain degree, wheelchair access. Once again, very sleepy town. So if you're looking to get a country change where things are at a slower pace, this could be the town for you. So here we have the goods shed. We'll have a bit of a look around. And as I said earlier,
it is being used to store railway infrastructure. So here we have one more angle of the goods shed, and also just in the background the station. Now I've been able to stick my camera through into the shed, and there's really nothing to be seen. It's all dark, a bit of light, but that's about it. So no old barn find train or locomotive sitting in there, or an old car. It's just an empty shed. This one's in pretty good nick. Not too much needs to be done to this one. It's structurally quite sound. So here you have the Star Hotel. I do like the old road marker. I can only assume that's M for Melbourne, and it's 174 miles to Melbourne. There is a building here. It does appear to be quite old, that one. Could that have been the garage for the township? No idea. Definitely old. Then we have like a what looks like the green building in the background, a town hall, mechanics institute. I have no idea. And there's your more modern service station. And they do country fried chicken, which is quite interesting. And over here on your left, at this corner, is your post office and I'm guessing news agency. Now, in the background, you might hear a little bit of screaming. There is a footy match on. It is a Saturday, so the town will be relatively quiet because they're all down at the footy supporting their team. Now there are a few old buildings. I think I did see a church, but that did appear to be occupied and no longer obviously operating as a church anymore. So yeah, so if you can see that sign in the middle, the sports ground is where this car's coming from, and that's where you can hear everyone getting quite vocal for their team, which is terrific. I'm not really 100% sure what that building is, but we'll have a look and maybe it'll tell me with a sign somewhere. So what I can tell you now, it is a community hall, which is great. Good to see the building's being used for a purpose, and really any purpose is a good purpose. And there's the stone that was laid. 1921, in honour of the men of Barnawartha and district who fought in the Great War. So that's World War I, 1914 to 1919. Now, if you weren't aware if the railway line is being used, there's a train coming as I speak. And it is a regional train out of Melbourne, so it would be great if that station did open up and maybe have a stop just now and then, so then the residents could make their way to either Albury Wodonga or back to Melbourne for any maybe medical needs that they might have, or just to visit, or just be like me, a tourist, and come visit the city. Now there is a bus service to Albury and Corowa, so I'm assuming if there's any medical needs for the people in the town, they can go there. Also, I'm not sure if there's a school here. I do believe there is one though. I do like that bus shelter. Where is it? That one. That's a beauty. the rain has stopped. So if I get a chance to get back to the van or the motorhome, I will put up the drone. Now, I was able to find the church for the town, and it's being renovated, and sure enough, someone is actually living there. So that's fantastic. What a beauty. So if you've ever thought of renovating a church, it does happen, and some of them absolutely have a spectacular look about them. What a beauty. Absolutely fantastic. And it's got a loft. You can see the sunroof on the slanted corrugated roof. So they've put in a loft, which is just lovely. You can see little vents at the very, very top, or the peak of the roof. I think that came with the building. But what a beautiful church that is, and what a lucky person this is, whoever owns that, and doing it up slowly. But I do have to take note of this sign here, which tells us it's the old Hume Highway. So that gives you an idea of the route I take. I sort of try to get off the main freeways and highways because it's really not too much to look at. Whereas when you come along these back roads, you just stumble into so many things. So that's great that they've highlighted it. That's like Route 31. Terrific. Now, I'm not sure if you can see in the distance there, but that's where all the town folk are from the district. They're watching their players playing a local football match. And the entry to Barnawartha is right here. So it's in the Indigo Shire Council. Very good. It's a very nice little town. I hope they really do get their railway station up and running again. It will be a big boost, and with the drone you would have seen, and I did get the drone up, you would have seen that there's a fair few new estates being built, so that's a really big plus for a small town. Can now call itself a medium-sized town. So let's continue on. Now to continue on with a bit more history, the Barnawartha Railway Station opened with the line in 1873 with a temporary passenger shelter and a large brick goods shed. In 1885, a signal cabin was provided as well as the platform extensions and construction of the siding to a nearby flour mill. In 1889, the brick station building was erected, and in 1925, the signal frame was made part of the station building. At the same time, all tracks in the yard were lengthened to accommodate longer trains. The railway station was closed in 1985. The building remains largely intact, but the sidings have been removed and the west track realigned away from the platform. Barnawartha was the site of a collision between the Melbourne-bound goods train and the Melbourne-bound Spirit of Progress on the 17th of June 1982. The collision, which happened north of the station in heavy fog, occurred after the crew of the goods train ran past a red signal protecting the stationary Spirit of Progress, which had broken down due to a loss of power to the engine. The goods train ran into the back of the Spirit at a speed of 46 kilometres an hour, killing the two-man crew on board the goods train and injuring 9 other people. Train controllers in Melbourne could not warn the goods train crew of the danger due to the lack of two-way radio systems on board locomotives at the time. So here we are nearing the end of this video or presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, by all means, click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing does not cost you 1 cent, but it helps out the channel immensely. But most importantly, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day.